กินก็จริงแล้วมันรู้แล้วรสอะไรที่มีของกิน
Of aid entered Gaza that did not cause any significant change. People are still hungry, people are still thirsty, they queue in line for bread, they queue for long hours to get some water. Here at the hospital, the situations are catastrophic. People are in the corridors of the hospital. We've seen wounded individuals and people with critical injuries are sleeping in the corridor with a family next to them. So you would think about this level of sanitation, hygiene that this critically injured person needs probably a separate...
That's the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, and he is joining us live from Gaza. Thank you very much for your time. We were hearing about the negotiations.
Well, the negotiations are still on the way. So normally in such negotiations, when it is particularly regional or international, the methodology is to start from the easiest point, then gradually going to the most difficult one. And the easiest point in this case was the release of the women and children by both sides, and they could agree on that. Now, as most of the women and children are free now, so the next phase, the next category was supposed to be the elderly civilians, male civilians, but Israelis just skipped that categories and they directly went to the military personnel. So yesterday they handed over a list of the captives that they wanted to be released, which were including the female soldiers. And Hamas said, well, that's not acceptable. We still have the elderly civilians, then the young males categories. And the parties know that each of the category regards and requires a different price tag. So they have to be renegotiated and revisited as well. But as Israel...
A conflict between Israel and Hamas or a retaliation of what happened on October 7th, it's a wider scope of basically eradicating the whole population. You know, he doesn't want to see Palestinians in Gaza, and we have to ask the question where this lead to in the long run. In other words, if we exceed 15,000 civilians, if we reach 30,000, if half of the population, geography of Gaza, but also the human face of Gaza, so therefore is